the evening into Monday morning, looks like our best chances to see some of these lingering showers are going to be in the morning, afternoon hours, and then our chances slowly start to diminish heading into the evening hours of Monday. And that's because we're looking at the best chances really seeing by 6 a.m. seeing some of those lingering showers, and that's going to continue across the state, that widespread rain into the afternoon, and that's even going to continue into the early evening. By 5 p.m. we could still see some very light showers out there off and on throughout the day, very similar to what we saw today. And then by the late evening hours, roughly 9 p.m., start to just see more clouds out there, and that's going to continue to clear up into the overnight, and then Tuesday we're looking at a sunny day. But we know we're going to see precipitation. We're already seeing it now. How much could we see? We're really looking at anywhere from 10 hundredths to an inch of rain. And again, those places that are going to see a little bit more of that rain, maybe possibly an inch, are going to be in those eastern and even those north central counties, and that's because of where it's just lingering over a little bit more, but it's still possible to see a trace or two across the western half of the state. As far as tomorrow goes, much cooler. Once again, we're starting to cool and trend cooler. 46 expected for Lincoln, Beatrice, Fairbury, 43 expected for York. And again, we have that chance for rain. Otherwise, very off and on, it'll be mostly cloudy as well. Temperatures are going to be slightly below normal. Usually we see 50 this time of year, and we're expecting 46. But we're also going to start to see that cool down. And look at that, 40s and then 30s. Again, usually we see some 40s and lower 50s this time of year. So to see 30s by the end of next week, even possibly on Friday, we could have some snow. It's a little bit chillier. Winter's definitely here, but we can definitely have a nice Thanksgiving overall because it looks like we're going to be dry.
Yes, reality is back. All right, Krista, thank you very much. Coming up next in sports, Nebraska soccer continued its battle for a national championship as they faced UC Irvine in the Sweet 16. Highlights and more coming up next.
Hi, financial correspondent Danielle Martin here with Brett Schunkweiler. He is the founder of Schunkweiler Financial. Now, for many heading into retirement, the future can look a little murky because there's so many unknowns. So, Brett, how can you help viewers who are listening bring their retirement income picture into focus?
Well, a lot of times you got to focus on what you can actually control, right? So you can't control health, but you can control what you do about health. So, what type of plans can you set up? How can you be forward thinking? Really big picture, because a lot of people are like, all right, well, what if I go into a long-term care facility? Am I going to have enough income? All right, well, what can we do today to make sure that happens? What about down the road for needing increasing income? Okay, what financial tools can we actually get in today to make sure that you have increasing income coming in? So you need to create a plan. You need to create an income plan to figure out, all right, well, what are some of these pitfalls that could really make my plan not work or cause my plan to possibly erupt? So we got to look at those red flags and say, how can we address each red flag to make sure you have enough income and increasing income all throughout retirement?
Brett, I loved how you talked about control here, right? So there's many things going on in the world today, but your retirement plan doesn't have to be uncontrollable. We can bring in that plan into focus. The good news is you and your team put together an offer. Tell us more.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that you can create a game plan to have income taken care of, to have your investments, your taxes. And inside my book called Your Financial Pathway for Retirement, we talk about those things. We talk about different strategies. We talk about Social Security strategies. What if something happens and the market goes down and a recession should occur? So we have pamphlets on all that good stuff, but we wanted to have implementable strategies that you could actually use today.
That's right. So for tips on how to help clear up your retirement income picture, call, text, or go online to get Brett's retirement checklist today. And thank you for watching this week's Your Pathway for Retirement.
The world around us moves fast. With so much happening, it's hard to know where to look. That's why Channel 8 finds your stories and breaking news. When you need to slow it down, to find what matters, to bring it into focus, turn to Channel 8 News. Planting, feeding, harvesting, and everything in between. Whatever the season, join us every morning for Nebraska Ag This Morning, brought to you by Acres Equipment. Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Philip Catafamo. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Today, fifth-seeded Nebraska soccer faced off with UC Irvine in the third round of the NCAA Division I tournament. The Huskers made it to the Sweet 16 following a 2-1 win over Tennessee on Friday. Huskers looking to advance into the Elite Eight for the first time since 1999. First half here in this 13th minute, and Abby Schwartz with some pretty footwork as she finesses this one past Irvine, finding the back of the net. Goal Nebraska, and it's a good start for the Big Red. Not too long after that, Schwartz again taking it down the far sideline. She's just waiting for her girl, and she connects with Eleanor Dale, who blows past the defender and gets a foot on the ball, and she taps it into the back of the net. Huskers into this game, they're leading 2-0 to start. Everything coming up Nebraska in this one, including the defense, as Sammy Hawk makes the first save. Still some work to do, but Nebraska equal to the task as they clear this one out of their goal. And just a few plays later, Huskers with a corner kick, and Haley Peterson using her head. She heads it in. The Lincoln native gives the Huskers a 3-0 lead in the first half. And coming out of the locker room, it continues that way as the Huskers have a free kick just outside the penalty box, and it's Dale again. Her second goal of the game, this one the cherry on top. She leads the country in goals as Nebraska leaves no one in doubt in this one. They are elite. They will defeat UC Irvine 4-0 and advance to the next round of the NCAA tournament. They'll face Stanford next week. Number 1 Nebraska volleyball hit the road for a match with Iowa as they close out the remainder of their regular season schedule. A win today would secure the Huskers a Big Ten championship outright. Lots of red in Iowa for this one. Set point in set 1. Andy Jackson doing Andy Jackson things to give the Huskers the advantage. She gets the point there. Huskers take set 1. Set 2, Lexi Rodriguez hustling Merritt Beeson with the finish. 12 kills for her on the day. Nebraska rolling here. Later on, it's Becca Alec with an absolute laser of a kill. Huskers take set 2. To set 3 we go. We're all tied up. Harper Murray on the outside, one of her 9 kills today. And then match point here, Lainey Choboy. She's going to end it with an ace. The Huskers are Big Ten regular season champs for the first time since 2017. Nebraska women's hoops were back in action at PBA today as they faced off with number 22 Creighton. The Huskers entered play today looking to increase their winning streak to 4. 6,600 fans packed inside Pinnacle Bank Arena for this in-state rivalry. Pickup action in the second quarter. Huskers down 41-35. Jessica Petrie with a nice bucket inside. She'll get that left-handed layup near the basket. 41-37 Creighton. A little later, Blue Jays on the attack now. Morgan Malley gets the ball down low. She pump fakes and knocks down the shot. The Crete native extends the Blue Jays lead. She'd finish with a team-high 23. Under a minute to go in the second quarter, Huskers down 45-37. Natalie Potts with a nice bucket. She collects 16 today. Nebraska still trailing heading into halftime. Later in the third quarter, Blue Jays up 57-53. Emma Ronsick with 2 defenders on her. She connects on that bucket. Creighton still leads. But do not count these Huskers out. Final few seconds of the third quarter, Jazz Shelley finds Alexis Markowski, and she wills this bucket in at the buzzer. Nebraska showing some life late. Fourth quarter, Huskers trail 68-58. Shot clock winding down. Shelley gets the ball at the top of the key and drains it. What a shot by the senior. Then a little later, Huskers trying to keep this one close. Markowski, she's going to get this bucket inside, but it is not enough. Creighton holds on to beat Nebraska in a close one. They get the win 79-74. The Huskers hit the road for the St. Pete Showcase on Thursday in Florida. Nebraska football fell to 5-6 on the season following Saturday's overtime loss to Wisconsin. The Huskers got off to a great start and carried a 14-10 lead going into halftime, but 17 unanswered points by Wisconsin made it tough for the Big Red.
Obviously a disappointing loss for the guys. Got off to a great start with Chubba. Credit to Wisconsin. I thought they did some things, wore us down a little bit. Some guys got banged up for us on defense, came out of the game, got it to overtime and just couldn't get the stop, and then couldn't convert one of those plays at the end. So disappointed for our guys. Proud of the effort that they did give.
Despite the loss, there were some positives. Starting quarterback Chubba Purdy went 15 of 23 for 169 yards and 1 touchdown. He also had 14 carries for 105 yards and a rushing touchdown, so 2 in total on the day. It was the first time in his career that he recorded 100 yards rushing in a game. Defensively, the Blackshirts held Wisconsin scoreless in the first quarter, marking the 7th time in 11 games the Huskers have shut out its opponent in the first quarter this season. Now the Huskers will look for that 6th win of the season as they return home for their final game of the regular season against Iowa on Black Friday at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. and you can watch this game on CBS. Very busy sports day today, Katrina. But
yeah, oh my gosh.
I know, yeah, but that's it for now. Back to you.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Let's get a last look at the forecast now with Krista Chang.
Yep, that light rain is expected to continue out the rest of the evening into the overnight hours, and then we have more rain arriving for our Monday. But right now, if you are stepping outside, looks like we're just continuing to see some very light showers across the state and a lot of clouds out there as well. But as far as our live look goes, just some rain and our temperatures starting to cool even more, a lot more 40s starting to appear, some lingering 50s, and we're going to continue to cool even more into the lower 40s. But we don't really warm up for our Monday. It's actually going to be one of the cooler days this week with temperatures only in the upper 50s for our highs. The next couple of days are also going to be much cooler. We'll have 46, then we'll go to 45, then we'll go into 49 with our temperatures going to reach the lower 30s by towards the next week. And we're also going to be seeing a lot of sunshine and some rain. But overall for our morning, we'll have 40s. Once again, it's just a day of 40s, and we're even going to be seeing some of our temperatures start to cool once again into the 30s, but overall just a little bit chilly, but still very fall-like.
Yes, Krista, thank you very much, and thank you all for joining us. We'll be right back here at 10.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Warhorse Casino is celebrating 1 year of slots, simulcast horse racing, and 24/7 gaming action. Located at Highway 77 and West Denton Road.
Ernie's Mattress First, your local sleep specialists.
As pediatric care evolves, so do we. Now as Children's Nebraska.
Rewound Power Motors helps to keep your industrial business moving forward and is the only full-service electric motor service shop in southeast Nebraska, repairing everything from crop fans, generators, and electric motors to well motors and welders to fabricating custom parts. Rewound does it all. Rewound Power Motors also offers several options to keep your equipment running at its peak performance and can even get your pivot generators up and running within an hour. Call or visit Rewound Power Motors today.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we always want to give you more variety. That's why we developed Buffet Your Way. Order your favorite pizza for the buffet and we'll bake it and make sure you get the first slice. You name it, we make it.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Keep them coming, Carl.
Drive through the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show at Star City Shores. Ho ho! Looking for the very best senior living here in Lincoln? At Pemberley Place Senior Living, residents enjoy days filled with activity, good friends, delicious food, and personalized care. Visit PemberleyPlace.com, an MJ Senior Living community.
With my trouble with my legs and arms, I couldn't get out of the tub anymore.
What an emotional relief it is to me, because concern for what was going to happen when he tried to get in and he tried to get out. Now he can handle it fine. We could buy this walk-in tub for less than what it would cost. Just 1 month to live in the care home. What a wonderful answer is the walk-in tub for us.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. And I took about 3-4 steps, turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I'm not an actor. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch supports can do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The clock is ticking down to turkey time, and you know we got the deals. During the Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spent and watch the savings add up. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out Doorbusters while they last, plus 6 years no interest. There's a lot to be thankful for.